Yo, what's up? We're back. Suzuki GS650GL is ready, in my opinion. Took the top of the carb off, sprayed some carb cleaner and through some choke holes, and she fired up. I mean, still a little tough to start, but I mean, it's carbureted, so it takes a couple times. But it fired very easily. I just took it down around the block, and I'm going to make one more video before I bring this back to him, or he picks it up. Just me, I'm just going to go ride it up and down the block a few times, just let you guys listen to it, go around the neighborhood a little, and just make sure we're 100% good. I took the front brake apart and cleaned it. I did all this off camera. I was just in the mood. And what else did I do? Put the gas tank back on, actually secured it this time, secured a couple more bolts of things I had just kind of on there. And the only thing that's off is the side cover because I have it plugged into the battery tender because I started it and it took a few times, and I just want to make sure the battery's nice and fresh on it. It'll start right now. It's warm now. It's not the greatest cold start, and I read a lot of things about it being hard to start with pod filters online, and mostly the wavy pod filters. Having a problem with that the airbox is just so well performed for this that, yeah, you could tune it, but I don't know how to do all that as well as other people, so I didn't want to touch that. Everything works on it, though, besides the tachometer. That's it. And he doesn't really care. I told him we can get him a new one. Oh, and I guess technically the tachometer cable that goes in the engine is like 2 parts now, so it doesn't really spin properly. So that's not the full problem because I stretched it out so it spun and I stuck it to my tachometer from the XS650 and that worked just fine. So really, there's something internally, and he said, "Don't worry about it right now. He just wants to ride it for a while." I said, "Cool, as long as you're cool with it." Yeah, so the next part of this video is going to be me riding this. I'm going to go down the block a couple times on a different day. It's getting dark out now, and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, which is how I just rode to the gas station. I feel like a complete squid, but it is a Suzuki, so all you Boosa boys will appreciate it. Oh, God, shots fired. Yeah, let's get on this thing. Technically, let's get on it. We'll be in a few days, but you guys see a cool transition, and we'll be on it. Good evening, YouTube. Oh, Zan here, buddy. Zan here. As promised, we're going for a ride. I've got the GS650GL here. Freshly worked on, freshly running, freshly cleaned, still wet from its wash, actually. I didn't dry it well. I wanted to get out before it got any darker and give this thing get it moving a little bit. She's not perfect, still has a little bit of hard time starting, but with my little trick we can get her rolling pretty well almost every damn time. So just takes a second to get her started, and today for some reason she's having to give me a little bit more trouble. We got her. We're rolling into Lancaster right now. We got Como Lake. Am I even recording? I am, okay. Como Lake on my right. We're going to roll into, I think, the village of Lancaster. It's been a minute since I've been up this way. But I wanted to go for a little bit more of a relaxed ride. And keep this thing a little bit slower and slower just for now. It will move. And we'll get her moving a little bit in a second here, but the back end seems a little bouncy on me. I'm not really thrilled with it, but that could just be settings wise or the ride style of the person before me. So yeah, it's running. It runs pretty well. Now I just need to make sure that we get it to its owner. We're gonna just do a little lap, go through the village once, around a circle maybe. Stop for half a second, just look at it, make sure everything looks good on it, and then rip it back out. Yeah. She gets up and goes though, for sure. That's 100% sure, man. Oh man. Whew. She's basically a rocket, a cruiser rocket. She's a 4-cylinder 650, so bigger than a 636 in CC, but not more powerful than a 636. So one of the, actually technically the second biggest 4-cylinder I've ridden, I think. The 1000 being the biggest, and then the 636 being number 3. I just going to the end of the village and back. Do what I always do, find this parking lot for a second. I'm not loving the handlebar setup on it, but it's not my bike. I don't know, I think I prefer them to be a little straighter out for me. I'm kind of white knuckling it just because of that, but not a bad bike. Yeah, so we're in Lancaster, village of Lancaster. We got the tower there. It's gonna be fun. Let's put her down to neutral. Take a look, make sure everything's working well. There we go. Okay, the light I was concerned about because it doesn't look that bright, but it's on. Seems to be idling very well. Oh, it is a lot cleaner. Just a quick cleanup. Oh, but that's it. Next video you see this in for me might be me riding with the owner. You know, we've got like little things he wasn't worried about was lighting, because he might want to change the turn signals, so I didn't really go through the lighting and redo all the wiring. Not a big deal. I'd rather get him riding it anyways, because I'm assuming it'll be back for maintenance and stuff, and we can touch up little stuff as we go. But I've had this bike long enough, so let's turn it off. This could be a bad start. Yeah, once it warms up a bit, she wants to go. Okay, good. That's always good news. She revs up nicely too, except I thought I was in first and I wasn't. Very touchy on the throttle. I think I would prefer to have more of a dead zone on it, but it is what it is. I can't tell if anyone's coming around these cars. That's my problem here. Alright, we're gonna go head back towards home here. And I'm not comfortable with these turns in this thing yet, just because of the way the handlebar placement is. That was way too slow. check the preload on the back at some point. This is more of a note to myself, but I'll talk to you guys about it too. It just seems a little bouncy in the rear. Maybe the shocks are giving out. Maybe it actually needs some work back there. Maybe the preload is set low, so it's really bouncy. So you don't see the, you don't have the effects of hitting the bumps and really gonna bounce. It just seems really squishy back there, which could be a whole combination of things. It is an 81, I believe. I keep calling it 81. I really hope it is an 81. So you know, it's getting there in age. So shifts so smooth now. First couple times I had it out, I bet the clutch was just a little dry from sitting for so long, even though the thing was so full of oil it shouldn't have mattered. But yeah, we're good. So I've been zen. This has been the Suzuki GS650GL rebuild, and we are complete for now. Let's go give it back to the owner. Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't think this thing's registered or insured. I should go get home now. We're gonna just bring this right home and not get pulled over. How's that sound? I don't think it's registered or insured currently. Oops. It's been a fun test drive. Somewhere in Mexico I'm driving this, and we're gonna go up here, make our right, and head home. But you guys have a great one. Everybody ride safe, rebuild stuff. Make sure it's inspected and insured and registered at least before you ride it. Oh, silly Zan. And until next time, everybody. Peace.